Like as a even further example, like I was explaining this earlier. I think it was awesome and Quackity when we were just talking. It's like I think people have noticed I don't stream on the SMP, like the big events and stuff.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't is that way everyone else has like I don't want to take the attention away from everyone else that's on the SMP that contributes way more to the SMP than I do. Like as an example, Tommy and Tubbo and people that come on all the time and do things and create these storylines and stuff. And I do my best to help, but I avoid streaming because I know if I stream, then I'm going to become more of the center of attention. I don't want to be the center of attention because, you know, Tommy and, you know, or as an example, Wilbur, who's created this amazing storyline. I don't like, I should even, you know, even if I'm going to make a few bucks from streaming, like it's not worth it to take away those viewers. And I try and my main goal with the SMP and something that Tommy, like I talked to Tommy about a while ago, I was like, with the SMP, like my goal is to grow everyone that's on it, like genuinely. That's why I'll show up to people, like even just right now, like hopping in this stream going, hey, I saw HBomb on the SMP, I'm gonna hop on his stream, talk to him. I know his viewers are gonna go up even just because I'm there, and then maybe they'll follow. Wink wink, maybe you guys are gonna follow the stream and subscribe or something, maybe, I don't know.
True.
But yeah, so I feel like my main goal with the SMP was not, after I started adding people, was not to grow myself, even though it does help because I obviously my name's out there and I'm getting in all the people's streams and stuff. But most people that are on the SMP, most of their viewers are probably subscribed to me already. And I'm not gonna gain too much from, you know, being in Tommy's videos or being in, you know, Wilbur's videos or something, you know, versus like him being in mine or something. And but I think the benefit there is that if I'm, you know, if the people around me are growing, then that's beneficial to me, because then you know, I feel like people will have wider scope, and Tommy obviously is going to hit a different audience than I hit, and then we're going to merge some more. Like he's going to get a lot of my audience, I'm going to get a lot of his audience, and we're going to work together and we're going to grow together. That's something that since the beginning has been like my goal with the SMP is kind of creating a breeding ground for like super insanely talented people that I know are talented, and that's, and people always ask me like, what's your guideline for whitelist people? My guideline for whitelisting people is they have to be super freaking talented. If they're super freaking talented, I want them on the SMP. I think that's something that, and I do it in waves as well, because I think I want it to be like, I don't want it to be overwhelming. I don't want too many people on at once, and there's different guidelines. But yes, you're talented, HBomb, which is why you're on the SMP.
I'm talented?
Very talented.
At what?
As a streamer, as a content creator. I think that's something that's genuinely 100% like the only true guideline to being whitelisted is just like talented. That's why I think everyone on the SMP is just so talented, like in terms of whether it be like acting or comedy. Like everyone has their different niche that they're good at, but everyone's talented. Like everyone's very talented in their own way. And I feel like adding the different people you add are added just based on you know, kind of filling those different niches and stuff. And I feel like that, you know, because if you're talented, you have a much higher chance of growing and you know, growing as a streamer and taking advantage of like the opportunity. Like, hey, you know, if you join the Dream SMP, most likely you're going to go up in viewers when you're streaming on it. True. Just because there's a huge fan base around it. So I want to make sure it's somebody that's going to take advantage of that and know, hey, you know, shamelessly take advantage of that and go, hey, I'm going to stream this every day or whatever. I'm going to do whatever I can to use this to catapult, you know, my stuff and my other content creation that's not the Dream SMP. Like people like Tubbo and stuff that, you know, do other streams and you know, stream MCC and make YouTube videos and whatever else. And I think that's the #1 goal of the Dream SMP, is just growing everybody on it. And that way, and that's why I feel like it's so much more of a community. I was talking with Quackity about this for a while, but it's so much more of a community. Like if somebody ends, they're gonna probably raid somebody else on the SMP if somebody else is streaming. And everybody kind of knows everybody. Like there's maybe only like 1 or 2 people each that we have that you don't really interact with as much, you know. And I feel like it also definitely grows as the SMP goes on and as people play more and more. Like maybe you haven't interacted with everybody yet or haven't done bits with everybody yet or something. I'm sure you will over time. And there'll be certain times where people want to do certain things with you. Hey, do you want to do this storyline with me, or do you want to build this house with me, or do you want to do this redstone thing with me, or whatever? And I think it makes it's just one of those things where, and that's why I think the reason it's so successful is that nobody's really truly like selfish on the SMP. Like if I wanted to, I could just stream and get, you know, probably 200K viewers or something during the big event, and then, you know, even though I didn't do much of the lead up, and Tommy was streaming every day, you know, lead up and take away some of that limelight. Like, or, you know, Tommy as an example could just, you know, raid other popular streamers instead of raiding like the little guys on the SMP like he does all the time. Like I think everybody plays their part, and it's like kind of cliche to say, but it is like a big family, like in a way.
You're gonna make me throw up with all this wholesomeness.
I feel like that's why a lot of the MCC members are part of it, because I feel like MCC is kind of that same thing. that same way, you know.
True.
It's MCC is kind of like an event of it's very similar to Dream SP in terms of like the community, but it's instead of it being like an ongoing thing, it's like an event once a month something.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why a lot of the MCC people fit in really well here, and that's why there are a lot of us on here. So.
The real reason why Dream doesn't stream his perspective, so the reason Dream doesn't stream his perspective is he doesn't want to take viewers away from the smaller people on the server. He feels like he doesn't want to take them away. But I think I've heard him talking about wanting to do it at some point. But yeah, it's very, very nice of him to stand back and let other people do it.